AT&T Stadium, the headline game of this first full Saturday, Auburn and Oregon. Bo Nix, the freshman, will be making his first start at quarterback for the Tigers, and the Tigers will wear a decal on their helmet in memory of Rod Bramblett, the voice of the Tigers, killed in a tragic automobile accident along with his wife, Paula. Wright Thompson now on a voice that was lost but never silenced in the hearts of the Auburn family.
Rod Bramblett isn't in the Auburn press box today. The voice of the Tigers died tragically 3 months ago in a car wreck with his wife, Paula.
You can feel it in the air. It is a special day here in Auburn, Alabama, as the Auburn Tigers...
That voice won't ever travel again from his microphone to a tall antenna out across the land, from the saltwater Gulf to the foothills of the Smoky Mountains.
Go crazy, Cadillac! Go crazy!
There's something profound about that idea. His voice turning into electricity, moving fast over the highways and farms and towns. The miracle of vibrating electrons carrying the good news of the Auburn Tigers through the air.
Touchdown, Auburn! A miracle that turned to air!
His death has left a hole not just in the lives of those who loved him, and those who knew and loved his voice, but in the sky over the state of Alabama itself.
The onside kick, and Auburn recovers it!
We hear voices like his in our earliest memories, and that sound stays with us all our lives, even after they've lost theirs. They sound like summer turning to fall, like our fathers behind the wheel, like a rusting speaker in the lake house eaves, like a tiny pocket receiver on a glittering Saturday night. We thought about asking for a moment of silence, but that seems to miss something vital about his spirit and its place in so many lives. So instead, in memory of Rod and Paula Bramblett, we ask you for a moment of noise.
35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Chris Davis just ran it 109 yards, and Auburn is going to the championship game.
One of the iconic calls in the history of college football. Andy Burcham will be the new voice of the Tigers. He is a longtime member of the Auburn Network and a very close friend of Rod Bramblett. Last year, Rod and Paula, they were having dinner before a football game with Andy and his wife, and the Bramletts asked, should something ever happen to us, would you agree to be the legal guardians of our children? The Burchams agreed, never envisioning that this would come to fruition, but after the tragedy happened, the Bramletts' 15-year-old son, Josh, has lived with the Burchams since June, and the paperwork made it official on August 5th that he is the legal guardian of Josh Bramblett, and Josh's sister Shelby, she's a junior at Auburn. She's of age, she doesn't need a guardian, but Andy says she is a member of their family, the Auburn family, if you will. Nothing defines it quite like that as Gus Malzahn joins us. Gus, that touched so deeply the entire Auburn community. As you go into this first game today without Rod, what are your memories of working with him?
Rod was a blessing to work with. He was a true friend. You know, great memories. The 2013 Iron Bowl, obviously after the game, it was just so special. And then, of course, he had that call that was just so iconic. And we're going to miss him. Andy's going to do a super job. He's a great replacement.
Yeah, there's no question. Andy's a great guy. He's been he and Rod called baseball games at Auburn together for about a quarter century. Now, look, you had some issues getting here as we turned our attention to football, really delayed, several hours late getting to this area because of weather. What impact did that have on you?
Yeah, we got in at 10:30 last night. We actually did our walkthrough, all right, at the Montgomery Airport, so that was a little bit different as far as that goes. But the good thing is it's the first game. We've had 2 weeks preparation, but it was a little stressful.
Way to improvise and adjust there.
I know exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everybody's talking about Auburn's D-line, Oregon's offensive line. One of the things in preparing for this game I find really fascinating is the Bo Nix story. His dad, of course, played there, legendary quarterback. dreamt his whole life of this opportunity, and it's going to start tonight for him. You and I were talking this week, and you said he remembers plays that I'm calling because he was in 7th grade, and he remembers, oh, man, I remember this play. Like, that's incredible to think.
Yeah, it's real special. We've been recruiting him, I guess, since 7th grade, and the other day he said, yeah, Coach, I've been working on that one play since 8th grade, knowing I was going to play for you, and we were going to run that. So real special.
Awesome.
You know, he's a super young man. He's earned the job. One thing I'll tell you is the moment's not going to be too big, and now we need to be really good around him. That's what we talked about. And but we're excited he's leading us out there.
Coach, what went into the decision to name him your starter?
Yeah, well, we had an open competition. Joey Gatewood's a big-time quarterback in his own right, but it was just a matter of when we felt like who gave us the best chance of beating Oregon, we were going to name him the starter, and he did that 2 weeks ago, and it gave him 2 weeks to start working with our ones, to start getting that continuity and the timing down with his receivers.
I was visiting with you at practice a couple of weeks ago, and you said you felt like this defense might be the best Auburn's had in 10 years.
Yeah.
What sets them apart?
Well, I think it's up front, our defensive line. You know, we've got some veteran guys. And then our secondary, we've got a lot of veteran guys back there that can adjust and everything that goes with that. And then Kevin Steele's back for the 4th year in a row. And the stability as far as the defense coordinator, same defense. You know, I'm really excited about our defense going this game.
You play in the SEC West, incredible depth, grind of the season. You're playing Oregon, who's a top 10 potentially team. Your philosophy on non-conference scheduling for the country is there some people that believe in the cupcake approach. There's others that like to be challenged. What's your view on playing a team like Oregon?
Well, I mean, of course, we played Washington last year in a similar game, you know, so, you know, it shouldn't be a shock to our system. We've got a lot of respect for Oregon. They're a very good football team. This is going to be a good measuring stick of where this team is after the game.
No doubt.
Coach, is there a player that had an outstanding camp that most of the public doesn't know about right now you think can be an unsung hero in tonight's game?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of them, but KJ Britt, you know, our linebacker, is his first start. You know, he's really a leader. I think he's in a really good spot to lead our defense and to make plays for us.
Gus, wish you all the best of luck tonight. Thanks for making the drive.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for making that trip over.
A little trickeration from the SID there.
Yeah, he tricked me, there's no doubt.
Gus might have a trick play or two, and when he does, he'll be calling plays tonight. He'll be handing the reins to that freshman, Bo Nix.
It's a dream come true. I've always wanted to play quarterback at Auburn. It's a goal of mine that I've had for a long, long time, as far as I can remember, all the way back to throwing the football in the backyard with my dad.
Knowing that little boy that dreamed about it, that used to wear a number 2 jersey, to know that he's reached that goal, it'll be surreal. There's no doubt it'll be kind of emotional. It's amazing all the similarities between the two of us. And he chose to be number 10. He's chosen to go to Auburn. He's quarterback. I was a college coach most of his childhood, but Auburn has always been the constant for him, no matter where we were. I was at Charleston Southern at the time. Bo was in the 6th grade. Every single Sunday, we would have game day ourselves. After church, we'd have pregame meal. After pregame meal, we would go and have a Tiger walk to the dressing room there at the stadium. The boys would go in the locker room and get changed, ready for the game. Then we'd go out on the practice field and we'd literally play the game that Auburn just played the day before, and that was 2010. So he was able to go out on Sundays and win a national championship and be Cam Newton. A lot of people would say he's following in my footsteps, and what they don't realize is, no, he's absolutely his own person. He's making his own footsteps.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the new version of Bo is big. He's our kind of guy.
Yeah,
This is what he dreamed of. Whatever might happen in the NFL, and he is wildly talented 3-4 years down the road, this is what he wanted.
Yeah, his dad's my kind of guy, too.
What he wants is to do what Cam Newton did against Oregon the last time these two teams played. Well, Michael James going in, Ducks are right there.
Everybody thought it'd be a shootout, right? How are you going to stop Cam Newton? How are you going to stop Michael James? Turned out it was a really tight, close, low-scoring game.
Yes, sir. Got it tied up at 19. Then a play you might remember. Michael Dyer.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Was he down or not?
He was not down, for the record.
Not down.
He was not down.
No,
and
sir.
that was a huge play. Chip's like he was down. He was
Lesson
down.
learned, always play through the whistle.
Chip had some speed back in those days to work with.
He would take a few of those guys right now, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would, man.
The old crystal
All right, let's take a
football that
look
Cam
here.
had.
Dyer.
There are some Ducks who still, but was so Ducks out there. Was Dyer down?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Let's see. Let's see.
I was calling a game. I'm like,
slow-mo. We need a slow-mo.
I don't think he's down.
The elbow did not go down.
How about that right knee?
right
How about the right knee?
is
Yeah,
the
the
only
right. What's
thing-
the right leg?
Is the only thing you could say.
That's the only thing. Right.
He
Yeah.
paused of his right calf.
Hey, lesson learned. Always play through the whistle.
Yeah. The sideline. It's ironic that it was towards the Auburn sideline because he
Right.
stopped.
Yeah,
and then they were yelling, "Go, go, go!" And then he was like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
What?
okay." Yeah, he just took off.
You know what? If we get that kind of game tonight,
We'll be happy.
Yeah.
we'll be good.
Everyone goes home happy.